Oh yes.
Oh yeah. 소스 담백하게. 응? 온갖 루이지 오도. 응? 루이지. 오야마 헤이 루이. 루이지. 응? 뚜크뚜크 응? 오도. 아포.
Whoa. Phew. Oh, yellow. Mm-hmm. Ciao.
I already got that one. Anyway.
What up?
Whoa, hey. Who's that?
Roberto.
Roberto? Shit.
Roberto.
Dude, it's been a couple weeks. You guys have done a bunch of stuff.
I know. I guess it's been since we went to Mexico and things.
I know. That's wild. Think
Yeah,
Danny's...
it's been quite some little weeks.
Is Danny gonna be on? Should I ask you guys both at the same time about Mexico?
I don't know. He was. I couldn't even tell if he was going to join based on what he messaged.
Yeah.
He'll probably try to jump on at some point, but there was a point I was there alone too because he went home before I did, so I can talk about that part at least. So he went home on Thursday, and it's probably for the good idea for the most part, but I went home Monday morning and got home like Monday afternoon. So like Monday was kind of shots. I think he had like class or something on Monday. And I'm like, all right, well, can you really not miss just Monday? Like we have, you know, like you get a whole other weekend in Cancun.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes from being like, like just over a week to like basically 2 weeks.
Right.
Like it was like 1.2 weeks to like 1.8 weeks, and it's like including, and that makes it 2 weekends.
Yeah. Much longer trip.
But he was like, nope, I gotta go home. I gotta be back to school. And he's also like, I want to get home and I want to like recover and then go to school rested on Monday instead of missing Monday and going to Tuesday exhausted or sick or whatever.
What a nerd.
I'm like, all right, but also I'm like, well, you also left on Thursday. Like you left Thursday, Friday. You know, like, oh, cool. Hey, Cam.
Hey, how's it going?
Cam.
Good.
Everyone's here. Well, not everyone. A lot of people are here.
A lot of people are here.
Robert was just telling me about his trip.
Oh, nice.
A period of time when Danny
Yeah, it was-
wasn't there.
Yeah, so I was there for a few extra days, which added a lot to the trip, and I wound up, because then I was like, no one was really visiting Mexico at the time. There's still a lot of people, it was a lot of fun, but like, I think it was a relatively dead year.
Oh, yeah?
Here, I'm gonna try to change my audio settings, my headset. Let's see if this does it. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. That's just a new headset. Yeah, so I was there for a few extra days, and so I found like some crazy deals on Expedia and places to stay, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna stay a few more days. This is like dirt cheap. Definitely a bit of a shanty I was staying in, but especially compared to the first when I was with Dan, like we were splitting places, and we got like some really nice places.
Nice.
And then I'm like, well, it's just me, and I'm like, if I really, you know, get some like opportunity with a beautiful woman, I'm like, I'll just go rent a fucking hotel that night, and that way I won't have to bring some random person back where my passport and stuff is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'd risk it.
Yeah.
I'm not paying for that extra room.
I mean, it was dirt cheap. I'm like, it was basically both that room plus a nice room probably basically just equals a nice room.
So did you end up getting an extra room?
No, I actually had an opportunity the last night. I met these really nice people that were on my the catamaran where I was on.
Plural.
Yeah, it was a little party. We went. It was like a party catamaran, and then I also went to, after the catamaran, it was like literally the last night I was gonna be there, and Dan wasn't there, and I'm like, do I walk that strip again and just get assaulted by, you know, people trying to make me buy Talco Bongo tickets, like, and go pay for expensive drinks? Like, do I go in downtown Cancun and get more with the locals and kind of get a little more risky, kind of? It's all risky, but it's close to my house at least. And as I was kind of doing that and debating back and forth, some people that were on the boat with me, I was kind of talking to them really quickly, and then they were like, oh, we're all going to the beach, and I'm like, I'll go to the beach. And And so I was hanging out with them, and they're all super nice people, but I was freaking exhausted. I drank way too much the day before. So I did 2 catamarans in a row, two days in a row, and yeah, I drank way too much and didn't drink enough water and stuff. Especially at the end, they were like pouring us shots on the like the last bit of the trip, trying to get more tips and things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I was pretty exhausted, and I definitely wasn't feeling good. And then yeah, we're hanging out with these people, and they're even saying like, "Are you happy? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine, man. I'm just hungover. Like, I'm just exhausted. Like, I'm just happy to be out the last night I'm here." So like, don't worry, I'm having a good time. And then one of the guys there was super nice, and I don't know if he like knew all these guys ahead of time or if they all just kind of made friends when they were there and stuff. Because most of them are from, I think they're almost all of them are from Mexico, and they're all speaking Spanish. And this one couple, they said they're from New York, but they were only speaking Spanish. And I'm like, okay, well, and everyone else was speaking Spanish though, so I'm like, God damn it. But we're hanging out, and then the one guy is like, "Oh, like, do you like any of the girls here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like all of them. They're fucking gorgeous, and in their 20s, like."
Yeah.
And then so we're like hanging out and stuff, and then of course the one girl who's like, heavier than me was hitting on me, and I'm like, oh god damn it. Oh my god, like not her. Obviously not her. You didn't even say it. No. But yeah, I was like, and I was tempted to kind of have some fun, but then I was like, she only spoke Spanish, and I was having a hard time communicating like at all. I should have memorized a few phrases and things, but yeah, I didn't have that really ready. And yeah, between like my physical state, her physical state, and if like I had to leave for the airport in the morning and stuff, and I'm like literally I had to be like, out of my freaking hotel like by 7 a.m. like latest, and I'm like, that's a little rough to kick a girl out at 6:30 in the morning. So I want to pass on that opportunity, and I kind of slipped through my fingers a bit at the end.
Oh.
I think she could tell I was only like half interested at best, and so I think she kind of like pulled back too at the end. I think this whole thing is a Latin thing. I think she wanted me to like chase her more, like, oh no, come here, okay, like and show some emotion. But I was just like, no, if you're upset and trying to leave, that's okay. You can leave. Like, we can call it a night.
Might be some cultural components to that. Could be.
It could have been, the oh no, mi amor, and like big, over exaggerated, like let me actually show them interested if she's leaving. If I don't like, oh no, hold on, like like I want to spend time with you, and then I was like, no, I'm good. And then yeah, literally I got it took me forever to get an Uber out of the hotel zone because it's just what it is at late at night. So by the time I finally got a car and went back to my place, it was like basically midnight, and I had to leave at 6 in the morning. I'm like, yeah, there really wasn't a lot of time for me to, take this girl out to dinner and then like go smash or something like that. Like, but in a fairly, wham bam. So, but yeah, it was fun though. It was an opportunity, good experience. And then actually, the one girl I said that I liked the most, she wound up adding me on Instagram like later, like via someone else. I only got like that one dude's Instagram I mentioned earlier, and then she found me like through him or something like that. So I actually still need to send her a message and be like, hey, thanks for finding me, by the way. I'm sorry I didn't get your thing.
Yeah. Did she speak English?
At least when you're texting it, you can Google Translate.
Yeah. No, I still talk to somebody from the Peru trip.
Oh, nice.
In Spanish.
Espanol.
Well, I mean, she's in Spanish, and I'm in English, and we have to translate each other's stuff.
And I could tell she looked different, but I, didn't think too much about it. But it turns out she was like the same shade of skin color, but she's Indian.
Oh.
So I'm like, I don't know, is this girl Indian, and lives in Mexico and only speaks Spanish? Like, I feel like she's, I'm like, I gotta look through her post more and see what she's posting in.
Yeah. Bindi would have been a dead giveaway.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that thing on your forehead?
Yeah, she was super cute. And also made me realize, too, that, like, a lot of these people going out and the women and stuff too, like just like we do, like they try to bring a friend, even if it's a guy, like they try to bring a friend with just so they have someone to like, you know, talk to and rely on and, you know, safety reasons and stuff. But I didn't realize, I'm like, yeah, like this whole group seemed like they were kind of partnered up, and I'm like, oh no, like these are all single women. Like every single woman here besides one was single.
Oh, they just had friends they
It's
were
pretty
with.
wild.
Yeah, like they were all, you know, and then one of the guys was like gay, like full on gay. I didn't even realize because he was kind, you know, sometimes Mexican guys can just have that kind of like sassy attitude a bit, like a little flair. But yeah, like, he was like full on gay, and then we're hanging out at the beach, and some like, you know, homeless guy, drifter, vagrant sort of thing, like fairly nice, but like clear, like, you know, very clear, like, you know, he's been doing that for a long time, like for a few years at least.
Very clear. Also gay. No, just kidding.
Yeah, he was. And
Oh.
then, like, he only spoke Spanish, and then, like, you know, at one point he kind of, like, was talking to me for a minute, and I kept on being like, oh, like, no comprehendo, like, you know, idiota American, Americano, like, you know, no habla español, like, you know, and, like, no comprehendo, and he was, like, trying to talk to me and, like, pointing at the ocean and saying things, and I'm like, I get, cool, you got, like, a nice, I'm like, great, and I was trying to find, like, a way out of the conversation. I kind of, like, fun and started talking to someone else, like, pretty, I gave him a few minutes, like, you know, to be courteous, so hopefully this guy doesn't stab me or something. But
Hello.
and then I was like, you know, okay, and then we moved on, and then all of a sudden, like, he kind of came over by me again and was like talking to the one guy through like me or whatever, or through him to me, like kind of translated.
Hmm.
And then like very quickly it came out
Mhm.
that he's gay and wants to have sex with me. And I'm like, no.
Mhm.
Like, no. And he was the two guys, and I was trying to be like as calm as I could, but I was like very tempted to be like, dude, he's gonna find the bottom of the ocean before he finds my asshole. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Soy guapo?
okay, like, yeah, I was exactly. I was
Soy.
I was like, I'll hold my tongue here. I don't want to threaten someone's life, but I'm like, yeah, like you're not like that's not gonna go the way you think it's gonna go, buddy. But I was just like, no, and I kind of like then drifted away, and then he like within a few minutes later, he kind of was like looked around and saw me and like waved me over. He's like, oh, come over here and talk again. I'm like, first Spanish. But I just looked at him like dead in the eyes, like deadpan. I just like shook my head no, like no, like I already got a weird vibe from you earlier, and then you said that. I'm like, I literally cannot keep conversating with you now. Like that is, I was looking for a reason not to, and that was the reason. Like, we are officially done talking. Like, it was nice to meet you. Like, toodaloo. Then they tried pushing the other gay guy on me at the end of the night, and I'm like, yo, like just because I wasn't hitting on these girls hard enough doesn't mean I'm fucking gay. Like, I'm just fucking, I'm literally sick. Like, literally sick, and I'm not feeling great, and like I'm just trying to hang out and have fun.
Sick enough to try something new?
Yeah, I know. The flamboyant gay guy was trying to hang on me, and I'm like, no mas, no mas, no mas. I'm like just gently trying to push him away. Like, it was pretty funny though. It was a good time. Got like, yeah, we just got like a case of beer. We're just hanging out at the beach. We all had like a drink or two. And holy shit, this new generation doesn't fucking drink.
They don't drink?
No.
Really?
And when they do drink, you know, they're literally doing like the appropriate amount. Like they're having like a beer or two.
Oh my god, they are gay. I'm just kidding.
I know, they're all fucking gay.
I can't believe
Yeah,
it. They
that,
have
like-
healthy boundaries.
Healthy boundaries and like control over their mind and body and like instincts and freaking whatnot.
Ah, I can't think of
And
anything less manly than that.
Yeah, I had a bottle of tequila with me in a canteen bottle, and it was like a 35% tequila too, like which is strong, but it's like kind of like America is usually 40%, but I think they're adding like ethanol and things. But yes, I had that, and I like gave it to the one guy, and I kind of mentioned like, hey, I have tequila if anyone wants tequila, and everyone kind of like, eh, you know. Also, I'm a random person. I'm just giving it to him out of a freaking canteen bottle. But still, like, you know, and I get the one guy took some, and he was like, whoa, like, what is in here? What's in here? That's not tequila. And I'm like, yeah, I even showed him a picture of the bottle, like it's El Jimador, like. And yeah, it's tequila, and you know, a local guy recommended it. Yeah, it's just that, and that's what it is. Like, I'll drink some too. But then I also realized like how apt, like, and also like Latin people just seem to do this like as a just a thing they do. But even though they weren't drinking, that guy pulled out his little tequila bottle at one point, and he gave me like one of the last shots. And like they don't warn you, all of a sudden it's like kind of fun. They go, "Oh, here you go," and then like, they put their hand up in the air, like over your head at the bottle, and they like kind of start half tilting it, like, "Let's go!" Like there's no time to like talk or debate or do anything. And I kind of rolled the dice, and I'm like, I'll take a little shot. We'll see what happens. Because I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's in his bottle. This guy's a complete random person to me.
So he was
But I
like,
gave him a little bit of mine after.
so he was like tilting the bottle back and having you drink like more of it.
Well, yeah, he like, well, just in general, like they have like in those videos when the girls in Colombia like drug the guys, and like steal from them, like, you know, like, give them roofies or whatever, and they pass out for 2 days.
There's videos of that?
Sometimes they don't wake up. Yeah, like sometimes I can't tell if sometimes they're like reenactments, and sometimes they're like, yeah, like it's like security footage of like a girl like clearly spiking a drink, you know, turning around to the guy, and like they're like strippers or like dancing and stuff, and all of a sudden they like oh, and they like put the shot like over their mouth, like, you know, here you go, you know, and they like ended like in that moment it's very hard to say no because you're trying to get a very social and free flowing yes environment going.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, so when I went to my Christmas party, I brought this girl, and I think she's Mexican, and like something very similar happened where I poured her a shot. I wasn't planning on drinking yet. She's like, "Oh no, this one's," and like she had it for like a minute, and I was kind of moving around doing things, and all of a sudden she like slid it over to me, and she's like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna do one with me. Here, you take this one. I want a smaller one." And then I literally made that joke, and I'm like, I poured a smaller one for her and gave it to her. I'm like, well, I hope you didn't drug this one, because like, yeah, I like had my eyes off it for like a minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's, you know, when a beautiful girl or like this party situation's going on, like when like, here's yours, like, you know, you're like, you almost have to say yes. And I realize how like effective that is now.
That's why they got those girls who go around at bars asking for drinks that are paid by the bars.
Yep. Either bring guys out or go in there and get drinks and stuff. And then, yeah, like, I literally had tequila in my hand. I had just taken a sip of the tequila, and he didn't realize what I was doing. But, you know, even if I'm like, oh, no, I have my own, you know, I'm drinking tequila, like, literally right now I'm drinking tequila. I just took some, I'll take another one. Like, I have tequila, I'm okay. Like, no, here, or do this one here. Like, it's like a social, like, thing that I've realized is, like, kind of normal for Latin people, and relatively, at least in the couple of experiences I've had, but like, you know, just as a general party thing, like it's a, you know, it seems pretty natural, and like to say no to it feels very unnatural. So I'm like, definitely, you know, now I see how these girls are pulling that maneuver in Colombia and stuff, and like these, you know, different places. That's how actually a sports reporter died in New Orleans.
You got drugged?
Yeah, he went home with some girls, or either a girl or girl. I think it was a girl. And then, yeah, she slipped him something in his drink, and he never woke up.
Jeez.
And he was like a relatively famous sports reporter on like the last Super Bowl or whatever it was that was down there the last year or two. And then, yeah, they arrested her, and like, you know, when someone actually who was important, you know, got injured and things like that, especially after they died, like, then they finally arrested her and did stuff, and like, oh yeah, like she's been caught doing this like 3 or 5 times in the last few years or something. You know, people had to go to the hospital or reported things stolen, and like, you know, reported her, and then yeah, it's like, so yeah, it's like a fairly common tactic for people who are doing that sort of thing.
The old Bill Cosby.
The old Bill Cosby. And I'm like, I'll roll the dice. These guys seem kind of nice. Take a little tiny sip. Then I had him sip some of mine. But yeah, the catamaran was cool. So instead of paying for an all-inclusive resort, we were just buying like packages and you know, excursions and things like basically every day and going out and stuff. So, which it breaks out to about the same cost, but you just have to like kind of actually do some planning and moving around and stuff like that. With all inclusive, you can literally just sit there, which is fun in its own right. I mean, I might want to do that one day and just kind of at least spend like a couple days somewhere and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat and drink as much as I want. But I tend to glutton myself because I'm like, I'm gonna get my money's worth out of this.
Oh,
Gotta get that.
hello.
Gotta get that deal.
Yeah,
And then
that
I
was
get to
always
eat-
the worst. Like people who were like spring breaking at the all inclusive, and they would always just drink way, way, way too much.
Yeah, drink way too much or even eat too much. And I'm like, I'm just sitting here bloated as shit. I'm like, I literally, my stomach has as much as can fit in it for like, however many days I'm there. And I'm like, I don't have abs to start with. So when I fucking eat a ton, like, yeah, then I look like Santa.
Rumbles like a bowl full of jelly.
Yeah. But yeah, it was pretty. I did like it though. I definitely understand the culture and the people and like how things work between there a lot better now. And it is interesting to see that they all like basically every single person that lives in that area has a job that's somehow related to tourism.
Oh yeah, I'm Cancun, I'm sure.
Like literally everyone is working at some sort of bar, restaurant, hotel, resort, excursions, places to go. There's people that go around and pick up aluminum cans. Like every hour or two, someone kind of circled through and picked up cans and like had a trash bag of cans they were recycling. Selling trinkets directly to people, clearing seaweed from beaches, like getting paid to do that. Like literally every single job there was like, for the most part related to that. Or yeah, like delivering water bottles, like stocking the things. And it's for locals and stuff too, but like yeah, like a lot of that's driven just because of the people there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool to see that, like, be kind of connected to that. And like I brought a bunch of singles with me, and I'm glad I did because like holy shit, yeah, like every single person you're dealing with kind of expects a tip because yeah, like they're literally, that's their job, is to service you, and they're hoping for money from you for the service. Like so yeah, definitely. And like, I would also like to help kind of burn through some of the cash I had on me. I'd like pay for something and then tip in American cash. I'm like, okay, let me try to get through some of this cash. But yeah, like I could have brought home American cash, but like I went a little too hard on that. Like literally, like in the last couple days, I sectioned off my cash. I'm like, I do not want to go. I didn't even have a debit card with me. Like I do not want to go to a cash machine. So like when they start paying for things with credit cards, and yeah, like between the catamaran rides and different things, like yeah, like I need money for tipping. I bought a few souvenirs and knickknacks, and yeah, they want cash. So yeah, wound up working out pretty well, but yeah, so I bought a ton of cash, burned through it, so it was a lot of fun.
And you were in Cancun the whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. So it's Cancun, then I went down to Playa del Carmen, which is just south of there, an hour ride south, and then I went back up to Cancun, and then when we were in Cancun, we went to Isla Mujeres, which is a little small island just off into the ocean from Cancun. Really beautiful little like spot. So that was fun. And I went back there actually after Dan left. I went back there again on a ferry and just spent the day there. And then I went back the next 2 days after that on a catamaran to Isla Mujeres, where it's a catamaran ride. You hang out at a beach club, and you catamaran ride back.
Is it like is it like a catamaran that's got like a indoor portion or something?
Yeah, I mean, not really indoor. It's it's kind of like a pontoon boat, but it's a catamaran, where it's mainly a big flat deck, and like the little the netting on the front you lay on and stuff. But yeah, they're like 50-foot boats and like 50-foot catamarans. Like yeah, it's a lot of space. So very cool. And Dan was he was happy for me, but like we were supposed to go on a catamaran ride together, but the day we were supposed to go on was Saturday, and it was supposed to thunderstorm from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. in that area. And it's like scattered thunderstorms, it's not like it was a monsoon, but I'm like, well, I don't know what it's gonna be. It just says it's gonna thunderstorm. You know, for the entire time we're supposed to be on the catamaran. And I'm like, yeah, like these guys are probably gonna take the boat out almost no matter what. Like they're trying to make money. They're not trying, you know. It's not like an insurance where they don't go out and they, you know, like yeah, that's it's either $5,000 coming in for them or not, plus tips and things, like taking this whole boat of people out.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're probably gonna take the $5,000. Well, actually, so if it's 20 people at $100, 200, yeah. I mean, they're making you know, $3 to $7 grand a boat ride.
Dang. They're on
So
job.
it's in their, you know, plus tips and things. So yeah, it's in their interest to do that. I mean, these are $1 million boats. I mean, they actually there was a private marina with a private, you know, with a very $1 million boats, and we went to a private beach club on the other end of it. Like it was a good deal. But yeah, like they're gonna go out no matter what, Dan. And so I want to be like yeah, like I don't think I want to go out, or I'm not gonna. Like, as we got closer, I'm like, yeah, it's still predicting thunderstorms all day. Like it's probably gonna be fine, but like I don't know, we might as well get killed by lightning. So I've always heard over and over again that, you know, the safety in a lot of these excursions, especially the more adventurous ones, like it's at your own risk, and I don't feel like risking it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be thinking that shit's like the United States and like you're gonna be able to sue somebody for some crazy amount of money.
Yeah.
You remember that story? I don't know. It probably was in the United States anyway. I don't remember where it was. But you remember that duck boat tragedy that happened like 10 years ago?
Kind of. It's only half ringing a bell.
There was like so there's these boats that were used in like Vietnam. They're like these
I know what duck boats are.
amphibious boats, but they're like really fucking dangerous. Like they tip over, and they do tours of them and shit. And there's like a bunch of people doing a tour of them, and they didn't wear, I don't know, like life vests. And I don't know if they knew how to swim, but anyway, it tipped. And I want to say like 5 to 8 people died or something. And,
oh yeah.
It's just, yeah. And they're like, yeah, like this shit's not well maintained, and you think like, I don't know. Americans,
So you're overloading it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Americans just get used to the idea that there's like velvet ropes everywhere, you know? And it's like, dude, nothing's saving you.
No, yeah, it's like that thing. When that happens, like it's, you know, that's it. Like,
yeah,
if we get zapped, this thing freaking lights on fire. Like, yeah, we're in trouble.
We're in trouble.
And yeah, I didn't see any Mexican Coast Guard out there like to go save people. Like, you know, none of that was being there. I didn't see a single Mexican Coast Guard, Navy, or anything like
Costa del Gardo.
Yes, Costa del Gardo. Costa Gardo. And then so he was a little upset about it, but like, and that's what we were complaining. That's what I don't remember, Cam. That was where like Dan was freaking out about, like in the hot tub the day before we're leaving, and like I told him that the day before too. And then the day before we're leaving, he was like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean?" And like, you're a different thing. I'm like, dude, I literally told this to you 24 hours ago in your parents, right over there. Like, the last conversation we had was about this, like in person. And I'm like, yeah, like as of right now, it's predicting thunderstorms, and I don't really want to go if there's thunderstorms. And he's like, well, we have to cancel 24 hours out. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, we're not 24 hours out yet. Like, we're about 72, so like we got a little time. And also, I don't know, he just kind of does things and kind of moves on, but like he like booked the Chichen Itza tour was phenomenal, but like he booked that and the boat tour, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, like, what kind of research did you do? Like, what are they giving us? And he like is being like very short with the details. He's like, I did the research. I'm not gonna keep going into this. And I'm like, okay, well, like I haven't agreed to do this thing yet. I don't know what we're even doing, like what the details are and whatnot. Like, I only got high level, so I got. But then it turns out I'm pretty sure that what he rented was the normal one. Like, I found there's an adults only version.
Adults only.
Which is like
what?
Catamaran tour.
Oh.
Which is, and now I realize, like, I'm just gonna put the keyword adult in on like anywhere I go now for like hotels and for like excursions and things. Like, yeah, is there an adult version? Is there a
Movie
version where
theaters.
every single person, right? So like, yeah, like those boat tours and things. I'm like, yeah, like I literally saw another boat loading up that wasn't the adult one. Yeah, it was all families with children and stuff. And then my boat tour was like fucking
Pretty
Girls
girls.
Gone Wild. Yeah, just a bunch of beautiful women that are all of age.
You don't have to question it. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, yeah, or at least they should be.
I mean, you gotta be aware of that.
I'm on an 18 plus only boat to an 18 plus only, whatever ground.
I mean, I didn't even think about that, but that's actually a good point because, like, if you're talking about like international travel and you're like, I don't know, like, I don't know how to prove that somebody from fucking Spain is of age, or what their IDs look like, or what a fake ID from there looks like, or granted, probably these tour companies don't check either, really, but
No, but you've like agreed to go on an adult only. You have to like, oh, well, that was a child. Like, yeah, a child on an all you can drink. You're like on a freaking adults only catamaran tour, like bar crawl. Like,
yeah, at least you have the plausible deniability of trying to, like.
Yeah, it made me feel a lot safer.
Yeah,
for
like,
sure.
hey, like, yeah, okay, but I didn't know she was 17 because she was on this fucking boat tour.
Yeah. And then also, like, it kind of seems like, from what I could tell, it's like, yeah, and it's a bunch of other people who are trying to find new people to party with. Like, yeah, like, where are the other people that are trying to go out and have fun and are adults and, like, probably single? Like, it's wild. I might start looking for adult-only excursions in Chicago via Expedia. Like, yeah, where's an adult-only like this or that? Like, maybe I got spoiled though, because they don't. That's a kind of a specific thing, like a adult version of a boat ride. Like, it's pretty sweet. On the second day I went, no one wound up having their top off. I didn't even want to ask any of the girls, but the second day I went, it specifically said that. Optional, but tops are optional.
What?
And I was like, okay, like, let's go. Because everyone's an adult. Like, yeah, if you want to have your top off, feel free.
All right. I mean, I guess most places in the world are actually a little less, what would you call it, prude about that than we are.
Yeah, for the most part. But I think no one really was. I didn't really ask any of the girls, like, hey, this is the topless one, right?
When we were
a good way to say that.
When we were in Peru, and there were these like, oh gosh, where were we at? Some kind of hot spring. We were at like a hot spring, and like, just straight up like an older woman just like went down to underwear, took off her bra, and like just was in the hot spring topless.
Yeah, it's like her nipples hanging. Yeah, they're like, she's like only up to waist level.
Yeah, and we're just like, oh, okay. And so we're just like, we'll just kind of look away. Just gonna. Yeah. There was like three different pools to go in, so I was just like, well, I'll just kind of be in this pool because it feels kind of weird.
Looks like the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you went to the one that she's not in?
Yeah. No. Yeah, I went to the one that she. No, she was. I mean, it wasn't, it wasn't ogle-worthy, and it wasn't like I would anyway, just because I'm like, I don't know, it just feels weird when it's like, oh, in my country, this is very, like, not normal, like... Yeah,
or like, it kind of insinuates that other things are about to happen.
Yeah.
The only reason it's normal would be if you're about to have sex, and it's like it's hard for the American mind to like separate the two. That like someone could be naked in front of you, and they're not trying to have sex with you.
I mean, I would admit that like kind of our rules about some of those things are a little bit silly because there's nothing magic about the human body, but but anyway, yeah. So
but that's the excitement.
But yeah, I know in other places they're a little more like don't really care about exposure quite as much.
They can, but also Mexico is not, in general, on their beaches too. Like you're not allowed to be topless.
Yeah.
That was a little funny about that. I'm like, I think it's must be cool. But that's the nice part about boat rides is like, you know, you're leaving from like literally a private marina to a private beach club. I'm like, and they're all especially mine was like adults only. I'm like, wait, once you're on the water, like no one can see you. So like, that's I actually looked it up too. Like, you know, it's kind of one of those unofficial things. Like, yeah, like if you're far enough away from shore, and you're not sitting there like fucking just trying to flap your titties around so children can see you from the shore, you know, like if you're just like kind of hanging out nude topless, like it's kind of accepted everywhere. You can do it on a boat because you're not truly like doing it to be provocative, or like you're not kind of being indecent in front of children. And if neither of those are happening, like it's kind of whatever. That's what I noticed, like in the Chicago and the Playpen, even like not many people. Because also, I'm like, these girls are wearing skimpy bikinis. Like, if anything, their boobs look better with the bikini on because like they have like they're accenting them / like lifting and like holding. Like, yeah, like it kind of looks even better. This little thing. But yeah, I saw quite a few people topless, you know, in the Playpen, in the middle of all the boats and things, because yeah, like, you really can't see them from shore. And yeah, if you're someone sitting there with a freaking telescope, like spying on people on the boat, like yeah, the same thing. If you have a telescope and look through someone's window in a skyscraper or like someone's house somewhere, if I can see like into someone's like room, it's like, yeah, you're just snooping. Like no one's exposing themselves to you. Like you're fucking, if anything, you're being a peeping Tom.
It's your fault.
Yeah. But I did like how it specifically said topless. You know?
As opposed to what?
Basically full nude.
Oh.
Like, we don't need to see any guys' wieners. Like, you know? Like, and guys take off their shirt anyway. So it's basically being like, the girls can have their tits out. Like, we're okay with that. That's as far as we're you know, where we go.
This is for the men, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Don't let there be any confusion about that.
I realized that I think that company made quite a few different listings on Expedia. So I think I might have paid an extra $20 to go on the topless optional one. And it was the same boat.
Oh. Like it would have been the same boat if it wasn't whichever one you picked, but you're like, oh yeah, I want the topless one, and it was like $20 more for no reason.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
You got scammed, bro. You could have gotten those free topless moments.
Yeah, but also, like I said, it was especially the Sunday I went. It was a very slow day, like half as many people at best, and less boats going in total. So I wonder if they're like, oh well, not enough people signed up for that one, like, or not enough people signed up for these different boats. So like, let's just combine them all.
Mm-hmm. They tried to they pulled some similar shit like that in the Peru like thing. We were on this like supposed to be like a private tour, and they were like, well, they had like one other person who had paid for a tour just by themselves. So it was like everybody in our family and then this one random chick. And there's nothing wrong with her, but it was like they were like including her on our stuff, and like of course like our aunts like were like, so if she's gonna be part of our stuff, then we don't have an exclusive tour anymore, so maybe we should get a refund.
Yeah.
Of some of that money that we paid. And they were like, oh yeah,
like
I mean, I kind of feel bad because they kind of like made her like walk like away from us, you know. But,
oh my god!
Yeah. Like, she had like, but it was a separate tour, and like we were supposed to have our separate, you know, like it was like she was in the same like campsite as us or whatever, and we were like walking separately. But she had her own tour guide. But at first it was like, oh, she was like walking with us, and then they were like, you know, they're like, hold on, if we paid for an exclusive tour, then why is she like going to be a part of like everything we're doing? Like, we don't want to have to.
Yeah.
And I was really worried. I don't want to, you know, whatever. There's like a 0% chance she would ever say this. She was a good girl. I was amazed she made it through because she didn't have any, like, she was like had a purse and like. I was like, oh, this girl's not gonna make it. Like, I was like,
no water, no hiking shoes.
Yeah, like
no
she didn't.
No hiking hat.
Yeah,
no
she
sunglasses,
barely had any shit. Not that you needed. It wasn't like some crazy like thing, but it wasn't an easy thing. And when I saw her like gearing up to go, I'm like, she's got a fucking purse. And she's like, I don't have anything. What should I have for this? And I was like, go over to the frickin' store, get a protein bar for every day. They fed us meals. They fed us breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But between then, and like I
need something to power you.
Yeah, and I mean I hooked her up. Like I let her wear my like merino wool like pantaloons or whatever at night because she's getting like I let her like borrow some stuff and use it and like gave her some food. And she had one part where she was really struggling, but she made it.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, they were like raising the stink. They were like, you guys are charging us, but it's not a private tour. So like, if we paid for a private tour, why is she here?
Yeah.
And, yeah, I was amazed that she made it though. Cause I was like, saw her and I was like, oh gosh, she doesn't know like, yeah, she made it.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why they did it too. It's like, well, yeah, like, well, it's kind of like for safety reasons. It's like, yeah, we'll kind of separate you guys so you don't have to keep worrying about this girl being your photo shots or whatever. But like, yeah, like if that girl was alone and there's just one tour guide with her, like, yeah, like that's actually like a legitimate, you know, health risk for that person.
Yeah, I mean,
but that is funny.
I mean, she would have been like, it was a kind of a touristy route. Like there are people around and like these villages and stuff. And, but yeah, it was isolated though. I mean, I think it told you about it's like when Anne got sick with the oxygen sickness or whatever, altitude sickness, and it was like we had to like there was like, oh, we gotta go talk to the village mayor because he's the only person in town who has a car, and pay him to drive her out of there. Like that was the fucking escape route. Like that. There's only one person in this like village of like 50 people who's got a car, and he's gonna have to drive her to the nearest like medical center through these fucking mountain roads at like 10 p.m. or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, quite a lift.
That's the medevac, damn.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty wild.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to explain to Dan. I'm like yeah, like if we have an emergency, like this isn't America, like.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
they're gonna take the boat out in bad conditions, and if they have an incident, like, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you think that, like, it's like one of those things where it's like you think a place that doesn't have the same safety standards, doesn't have the same, like, legal, litigious, like, sue everything point of view is gonna be like, huh, do I want to make this, you know, and then also where the average income is much lower. That it's like, oh, am I gonna make this money or not make this money? I think I'm gonna make this money, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like we're going out, like, and we're not replaced. And they were very nice boats, but like, yeah, like I see some of these like parasailing videos with like the rope snaps. I'm like, yeah, they probably should have replaced that rope 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and they didn't because it's fucking $900.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, like $2,000 for that rope at least.
Yeah, it is funny when like people put a lot of faith in things like that. It's like, oh, you trust a minimum wage worker in a third world country to, you know, secure, like they're gonna secure your stuff, or they're gonna, you know, they're keeping things safe.
Yeah, exactly. I was tempted on one of the boat rides. They had something called spinnaker sailing or spinnaker riding, or whatever it's called. So there's the mainsail on a boat that goes up the mast, and then there's the jib. That's the front sail that goes off the metal line that goes from the front of the boat to the top of the mast. That's how you get the front sail. And then there's a sail that goes in front of the boat called a spinnaker in front of that metal line. It's extremely hard to sail, extremely dangerous, extremely high powered and stuff. But there's a special thing you can do when you anchor. You raise that up, and then instead of actually securing it, you tie the two corners that are on the bottom together to a piece of wood, a plank, and you sit on it. And then they raise it up, and if you do this all right, you can literally be like, Mary Poppins or whatever. Like, you can be raised up out of the water like 20, 30 feet in the air. Well, like sitting there on that thing. And then you like lower, either jump off or they get like kind of like pulled back down. Like the wind dies a little bit and you like come back down. And it's actually really cool, and it's like a very special thing. But when I was there, it was probably about the right wind speed. I think I freaked myself a little bit too much, but like it was a fairly windy. Like it was like, 10-mile-per-hour consistent winds with like gusts of like, I think it was like 15 or 25 or something. Like it was like fairly high wind, and like you can only do that on relatively low wind, like the 5 to 15 range, not like the 10 to 25 range. So, I was like, and it said very clearly over and over again in the description, like this is weather dependent. Like this is just one of the things on the boat ride, and it might not be available, and you don't get money back. Like it's just what it is. And I was like, damn, okay. I was tempted to, but I was like, with the bad weather conditions and Dan not, being with me and stuff, I was like, I'll go for the topless one.
You poor bastard.
But yeah, it was nice because then, that took care of like my alcohol and food for the day. So like, and I got a full excursion out of it. So like, I think it wound up balancing out pretty well. Like, I came out of this Mexico trip like, I mean, I barely spent any money. It was crazy.
So you went to see the big pyramid thing, Chichen Itza?
Yeah, no, what? Yeah, Chichen Itza, something like that. Yeah, it was really cool. I saw it in person, and I got some souvenirs and stuff from them. And it was kind of balancing, like, well, first of all, I needed to take the photos and stuff like that, plus I want to be with him, but, like, Dan was sitting there haggling for, like, an extra, like, 5 or 10 minutes with these people trying to sell us stuff, and I'm like, Dan, like, it's not that serious, just give them the extra fucking $10, and, like, let's go experience these temples.
Jesus.
And then
I would not have the
this is part
patience
of the
for that.
experience.
I would not have the patience for that. I would fucking walk away.
I know, he just kept going, and I'm like, Dan, like, you're kind of making a bad impression of Americans. Like, they're giving you already great prices, and they're nice people, and like, but yeah, so I'm doing all this, and then we like go over there, and then we wind up, the place wound up closing like very soon after, so like we barely got time to take any photos or really sit there and embrace and like feel the fucking things. Like we were literally like, went from there, we went to like one of the places, and then to the back to the main temple, and like before we could even get to the back area where there's more things there, like someone was already blowing a whistle, like, gotta leave, like no more photos, gotta leave, and I'm like, no.
Oh, they cycle people
like,
through in a certain amount of time?
Well, they close at 5.
Oh.
And it was like 4:45. And they're like, no, like you have to be out of here by 5. Like this area's closed, like get moving.
When did you get there?
I think we got there at like 3, and then there was like a tour for like an hour and 15 minutes, or like or whatever it was. It's supposed to be an hour. I think it was supposed to be like an hour and 15, and they wound up talking even long. And then Dan was asking like a bunch of questions to the guy. So it went from like an hour 15 to like an hour 30. Then he spent like 10 minutes negotiating with this guy over like $10. And I'm like, Dan, like we're gonna miss the rest of the tour because we had to leave at 5:15 or 5 or 5:15 anyway on the bus. Like, and Dan's like, oh, I didn't know the place was closing and they're gonna kick us out. I'm like, okay, well, we had to beat the bus anyway at 5. Like, we had very limited time left. You're sitting here freaking haggling this dude. But it was fine. It was working okay. But like, I'm like, yeah, like I would rather be looking at temples than watching you fucking berate a Mexican guy that like was trying to feed his family. Because yeah, it was the cartels that just had that crazy violence. But yeah, like their tourism was definitely lower than it should have been. Because they said one of the guys who was there, I didn't bother fact checking it, but he said that like 2023 or something like that, like Cancun was like the most visited city in the world across the whole year.
Wow.
Or something crazy. Like yeah, like it's a very, and like people like all over go there. a lot of Canadian people and people in Europe, people in Mexico, like vacationing there. Like it's a very untraveled spot, and yeah, like I could tell like it was not as well traveled this year. So he's literally like, yeah, like no one's. He even said like, yeah, this has been a very slow day. Like there hasn't been a lot of people here. Like yeah, like we. Like we would really appreciate your business. And Dan's like, well, hold on. That's way too high. It's way too high. Like, damn it. Love God.
So did he get a lower price or didn't he?
He got a lower price, or he was, I wasn't even tracking that hard. It was mainly just his tone was very aggressive. Like wasn't very friendly. And also, like, he told me that what he paid with those people was already like half as much as what they were charging at the cenote before for the same obsidian necklace and different things. I'm like, and he even said, he's like, yeah, I normally charge this price. Like, I'll give you guys this price, and like, let's just kind of be done with it. Like, yeah, here's a good price for these things. Like, buy it. And Dan's like, I want an even better price. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, those guys, especially, it's all tourism-based money. So like, they knew how to like keep. He's like, I bought one thing. He's like, oh, and this too, and you like this, and you like this. How about this? You like these things? Like, it's like, yeah, like they're really good about like adding on things and like getting you to buy things and like having a variety of stuff and like yeah, like which one do you like? Which one do you like the most? Like which one do you like? Let's get this, let's get things going, And if you have like money in a fanny pack, like if you have any money left in the fanny pack, like they'll keep pushing. Like okay, well. Like they'll give you a good deal on something. Like okay, now buy another thing, and now buy another thing, and now buy another thing. Like like I see you have cash. Like you want things, right? Like buy another thing.
Buy our shit. Please buy our crap.
There's awesome haircuts down there for like $8.
Oh, you got a good haircut?
Oh yeah, I got a really good haircut. Haircut, he like did a full facial scrub, like had a massage gun. I think I was like kind of like zoning out and like kind of like sleeping for parts of it, and like I'm pretty sure because it was so relaxing. And Dan said he touched up his eyebrows. I think he like literally like kind of like just did a very gentle like touch up my eyebrows too.
Doing some look smaxing over there.
For real, yeah. Like, is everyone there? Like, I looked around. Like, literally every single person has a perfect haircut, especially the guys. Like a fresh fade, like all the time.
Does seem to be a cultural thing.
It does. Like, very, very fresh fade haircuts. Like, literally, like you're going there once a week at most, if not a little more often than that. Like, yeah, we needed a haircut anyway, so like, I was planning on getting one when I went down there, so it was actually perfect. So me and Dan got haircuts. It was pretty sweet. I mean, I wish the the taxes and fees were like basically $100 each way. So our free airplane tickets were like $100 each way because of customs and all that, and taxes and fees for entering a country. But if they were like $16 tickets, like they were for me to go to Denver and stuff, like I would honestly, like, it would basically be worth it for me to fly to Cancun to get a haircut to fly back. It would be almost the same price. Which I think is hilarious. So yeah, not super cheap, but yeah, like it's not super unattainable. Like and like $100 each way to go for a flight is pretty good. And that was kind of in our benefit was that there was less people going there this year, so like we were actually able we didn't book our hotel rooms until we booked our plane tickets. So in the hotel rooms, there were still a ton available, and they were like discounting rooms You know, because we're booking within a week, so they're like, yeah, half off, like, come stay with us and give us money. But it's a dangerous game because there's a ton of hotels down there. But it's a dangerous game because like it just as easily could have been the other way in 2023, where we get our if we could even get plane tickets because everyone's booking flights. Like if we could even get plane tickets, you know, now all the hotels are booked and everyone's going to be charging more, and we're going to be staying further and further away from good places. So it's pretty. I think we came out pretty well ahead on this trip. Dan went and visited another cenote.
What's that?
He did this crazy. He had like cenote is like a little swimming pool. It's like a natural lake that's like really deep. Usually they're like hundreds of feet deep, sort of thing, like a cave almost. It's like
It's
super
a pool in a
picturesque.
cave, and a lot of them are connected to each other.
Yeah.
That's
And
one
some
really
of them could be
crazy
like,
thing. You can have a shark in a cenote.
ooh, didn't know that. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, because they connect to the ocean and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah, some of them do.
Yeah. So yeah, Dan went. We went to one already, and so Dan went to another one. I forgot what I was. I think I was just relaxing or something that day. I think I went to the beach that day. Like slept in for a bit, relaxed, and went to the beach. But there was some weird process where like we were down in Playa del Carmen, and there wasn't a direct excursion, but there was these weird like taxi white vans that were like kind of excursion vans. And there was and he was like, he had to like go to this, it was really weird that he had to like go to like that, not the bus stop, but like that general area, and like no one knew English. He was like trying to ask for help, and no one knew how to help him or wanted to. It was hard to tell. I wasn't there. But he finally found one and like paid him like a very, very little amount to like get driven like 8 miles south and to go to this cenote. And he said that he looked when he talked about the night before or the day of or something like that. He was like, "Oh yeah, so you do that. You get the car right out of here, and then when you leave the cenote, you just walk up to the street and you just flag down another one of these unmarked white vans."
Oh, that sounds like a great idea.
And I was like, "What?" Like,
Flag down the white van and get in it.
I'm like, "Doug, I don't want to do that." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, like I don't mind if you do that. Like, you know, meet up with me after, and I can be like your safety net from afar." But I'm like, "Yeah, I don't want to do that."
I'll meet up with you after. I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah, like I'll come try to
rescue
find
you.
your big ass. Yeah, my freaking no weapons or anything. No weapons allowed in Mexico. So I was like, and he wound up working out pretty well. But yeah, it's actually it sounded like it was harder for him to leave, to go down there than it was to come back. He went to come back, and like I said, there's so few people doing these things. Like there was like 3 vans waiting outside of cenote for people to come out and like, you know, get rides. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it worked out pretty well for him. But I'm like, yeah, it's a little sketch, and I don't know if I doubt you heard, but literally like the week or two before I left for Mexico, at my the building I work at has a couple other companies, Allstate and some other tech company or something in there. And some guy that was working at a different company, I think Allstate, he flew in from Denver, guy in like his mid-30s, I think, flew in from Denver, took a taxi from O'Hare to my company building, which is like not very far north from where me and Grandma and stuff live. It's like very close to here, so he went from O'Hare to there, very short ride. And the story, as far as I can tell, is that there was an argument over what the fare is. And he's on a company trip, so it's probably expense, so it probably doesn't even cost him anything. He just has to put up the money to start with and sort of thing. But taxis have this funny habit that when you cross city lines, they like hit a multiplier for every city line you cross. So like he went from Chicago to Des Plaines to Northbrook. So he probably like it was probably like a $60 ride that he tried doing like a ×3 multiplier on, or like even more potentially.
Jeez.
So like you know what should have been like a $20 Uber was like potentially like, and this is me guessing at these numbers here, but it could have been like very easily could have been a $180 cab ride. You know.
So what?
And then there was some sort of argument, basically. And it was like a 60-year-old dude, some long ass name with a bunch of A's and stuff in it.
Who killed him, or was the murderer?
Well, it depends how you want to look at it. This taxi driver, like, it says these rates on the cab. Like, there's signs.
You're
in
the
thing
real
that says,
murderer. These rates are murder.
There's rates of the murderer, you know.
It's-
So then the guy,
Sorry.
so then the guy, there was some sort of argument, commotion, and then the taxi driver, like, you know, the guy was like, "Oh, let me go in and get money or get something." He's like, "No, like, you're not gonna disappear into some building. Like, you need to give me the money now, or we're going to a bank and getting the money." Like,
Well, that kind of
You know,
seems like a
you
crime
don't-
too, though, right?
yeah, like they basically kidnapping him. Like, yeah, like, no, we're doing this. Like, you're not leaving. Like, I'm taking you somewhere. If you know, we're not, you know. And basically, so I don't know what the exact words were, obviously, but that from the story I heard, that was the gist of it. And then the guy's, you know, I'm guessing is like, "You're not fucking taking me somewhere else." Like, no, like I can go get a credit card or money from inside. Like, you know, like I'm, you know, basically, like I just flew. I'm going to a corporate headquarters. This is a fucking $1 billion building. Like, not billion, but like, and then so the guy sped off, and then like stopped, and then the guy went to like jump out of the car, and the guy sped off again at that moment, and he got like flung out of the car, and then he wound up like his head wound up smashing into a curb with like all that energy.
Wow.
And it was such a loud impact that the head of my like operations maintenance team was outside going to lunch. It was literally at noon. And then he heard it. It was so loud, he thought there was a gunshot.
It was just his head hitting the curb.
It was his head hitting the curb.
Did
So like
did he live?
blood. I haven't heard a recent update, but it wasn't looking great. So yeah, it was like blood everywhere to the point. He also thought he got shot because there was so much blood.
Yeah.
And then so he was in the hospital for quite a few days. And then a news report came out, and it said he's still in the hospital. And I asked my mom about it, and then like, you know, they kind of like threw, because they can't, for HIPAA reasons, you can't know exactly what's going on, but based on the length of stay there, and then what the nurses were kind of talking about, it's like, yeah, like he wasn't doing very good.
Yeah, probably.
So I don't know what the recent update is, but yeah, there's a very high chance that he either died or is going to have, you know, I don't know if he's in a coma, but like potentially have like at least have a brain altering issue, like a traumatic brain issue at a minimum. Just super serious. It's not even like you know, the minimum is kind of worst case already.
What happened to the driver?
The police arrested him a couple towns over. And after like the whatever attorney general or whatever, I don't know if it was the whole Illinois one or the Cook County one or whatever it was, like looked over all the details. And this is where it gets funny, that even though that guy basically killed that guy, he was only charged with like reckless endangerment with a vehicle. Not, you know, and the guy didn't die either, so like maybe he would have got like a manslaughter, incidental manslaughter if he actually died. But like, you know, this guy could be literally brain dead the rest of his life, and this guy gets a fucking, you know, relatively easy ticket.
Yeah, well, he's still eligible for civil suits.
Yeah, so there's still that, and you know, whatnot. But yeah, so pretty crazy. And then that happened, and so I'm like, and also not knowing the language like at all. And Dan likes to act like he knows Spanish. He's like, oh, I know 100 words. I know 100 words. Like, he would literally like sometimes open a conversation with a word or two in Spanish, and then just proceed to have a whole conversation in English with someone without even asking them if they know English.
Yeah. Typically, if you open in Spanish, they're gonna think you know Spanish.
Yeah. And I'm like, I would open in English and try my best in English, and then like slip in a Spanish word or two, like in the conversation, like as a checkpoint. Like I know a little. Like, I'm not gonna act like I know Spanish, but like I'll try to like, you know, say the word in both English and Spanish, like on like certain key moments.
Where is the baño?
Yeah.
It's the library.
Donde está biblioteca? I said to one of my coworkers today.
Where is the taco?
Yeah. Stan was having a good time, but I was like, you know, I was trying to like drop that on him, like, hey, like, you don't know Spanish, and like, you keep on bragging about knowing 100 words, but like, you can't ever string together a sentence or understand anyone at all, or you weren't able to get us through a single interaction
Has he?
fully with your Spanish
Gosh,
the entire time.
tell us
Like,
what you really think.
you know?
How's the
It was fine.
conversation?
I didn't either.
How is the
Yeah.
conversational Japanese coming along?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god,
like,
that'll be funny.
yeah.
Konichi wa?
What? And then Dan was kind of like, poking me a little bit. He's like, because I made the joke, I'm like, I'm not learning fucking Spanish. I don't care if I come back here 100 times. Like, I'm just not gonna do it. Like, I'll figure it out. Like, I'll make this work. It'll get like a local SIM card and actually have better reception and do the Google Translate more or something. But now I'm meeting some Mexican girls. Maybe I should know a little bit. But I was kind of like, no. But I was like, I held my tongue. But I was like, are you gonna actually?
What? What was that?
Everything. I was laughing. I'm like, because he's like, are you gonna learn Spanish for next time? And like, I held my tongue. I'm like, are you gonna learn Spanish? Like, you keep talking about how you know Spanish, but you don't know any Spanish. You don't even know the word for brother.
Hermano?
Hermano. It worked out fine, but it was just so funny because like, I had to like explain to him a few times. I'm like Dan, if you don't know Spanish and you're talking to someone like in the downtown Cancun area, which is like the local area of Cancun for the locals, like yeah, you're talking to someone in Mexico at a local grocery market. Like he just like opens up and has like entire conversations in English and asks him a question. Without and not even using like super simple.
Without saying,
like actually like
hablas inglés?
Yeah, and that's what happened one time in the supermarket. And he asked the question, guy, and he kind of shook his head. He's like, "Oh, no."
No hablas
And Dan
inglés.
went away. He's like, "Oh," and then, but he would just say, he said no and shook his head. And Dan's like, "Oh, okay." He understood my entire question and answered no. And I'm like, "Oh yeah, they don't have that here." Yeah, what did you say? I didn't even have that here. He's saying I have no idea what the fuck you're saying.
Ew.
The fucking 15-year-old bag boy.
I'm just imagining somebody who's like Spanish coming here and just going up to like the whitest person like me or something and just like full on like hola, hola señor, and then I'm like, no. And you're like, oh, I guess they don't have a bathroom here.
It's like, yeah, it's like, oh, I thought these guys would want to be on TV, or I thought these guys would want to meet my, beautiful friends, like,
Ugh.
like, oh, it's like, oh, I have a bunch of single friends that are here. It's like, are you guys straight? And you're like, no.
It's like that scene at the end of Dumb and Dumber when they're like,
exactly
the beach, the beautiful women we need some guys to oil us up and follow us on tour.
Come with us for this entire tour, yeah.
Yeah, for the whole tour. Like, oh, there might be some lucky guys in the town down the street. My friend's a little slow.
Do you realize what you've done?
The town is that way.
That way. Yeah. Exactly. So little things like that, and like it was just so funny how he would like say like "hola" or something like that.
Hola.
And then just like talk in English, but he would talk like kind of slowly, like you're kind of talking to like a child, without being too demeaning, but like just because you talk a little slower and pronunciating really well, like doesn't mean they know what the fuck you're saying. And it was really funny. Like that one gay homeless guy apparently trying to hit on me at the beach. And I'm like, I don't care how slow you're talking. Like, I have no idea what the fuck you're saying.
Oh.
No hablas español. You don't want to learn Spanish? I'm trying to learn.
I mean,
so.
I want to try to learn a few more phrases that I can say things and like get some relative basic conversation things down a little more, and maybe understand how to like say a few smooth things to a girl, or like, yeah, like, hey, do you want to go get something to eat, or do you want to come back to my place? Like, how old are you? What is your age?
Muy bonita.
It's so funny. You learn that, but you don't learn numbers.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, quince.
Bueno.
That sounds like a good one.
Bueno.
That's one I haven't heard before. That's probably enough.
Do you know the 6-7 thing the kids are doing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's almost getting played out. I think now everyone knows. Now the kids are kind of getting over it. The parents are starting to say it more. Like, but I was down there. Yeah, there was a little tiny kid, little tiny kid. You know, he's like probably 5 or 4 or 3. Who knows? I don't know kids' ages that well. Tiny, and he's walking around with little tiny like stretch shoes on or whatever. And I was like, they're like, you know, different things. Everyone's talking in Spanish on me, and all of a sudden this little kid goes, "Siete, siete, siete, siete," and I'm like, oh my fucking god. 6, 7.
It's everywhere.
That's it. A couple of my
There's
coworkers.
the guy who will go Roku, which is Japanese for 6-7.
Oh god.
Oh my god. At least you can bust that out in Japan.
Yeah, right.
I'm chasing a ghost dog. Come here, you
Yeah, so
shit.
that was the hardest part, was not being able to talk to, you know, women in Spanish. But then I also realized that like well over half the women are not from there. They're from Europe and like from Canada and things, and like in other South American countries that don't necessarily speak Spanish. A lot of them, you know, they probably know Spanish as well as, you know, other languages, but
Yeah, you're in a very
There's not even a
touristy
catch-all.
area.
yeah. But yeah, we had a ton of fun. It was really cool. Good beaches and stuff down there. Which is why they built it there, was for the, you know, around the crystal clear beaches. But it was a couple things that were kind of a little bit of a bummer, was that the seaweed, the sargassum, usually comes around in the fall, around August. It starts getting really bad, and for some reason this year it came in March. So there was like the seaweed like all over the beaches and stuff. But people make it sound like it's a huge bummer. Like, it's really not that bad. Be nice if it wasn't there, but definitely not horrible. And then it was just like you guys got pounded by, you know, storm, wind, and rain and snow and stuff. The Arctic winds pushed down to Mexico as well, and so they got hit by the Arctic winds, and it was record cold and like record bad weather. It was still 75 degrees and just a little cloudy. A little cloudy, a little windy, and 75 degrees. And just a little rain here and there at times, including that thunderstorm that one day, but like, it was really scattered. It was still pretty much perfect.
Did you guys see anything else that was like historical or like cultural, museum or anything?
That whole day for the Chichen Itza was like, that was like the culture day, because it was honestly like almost 12 hours by the time we ended. 8 or 12 hours, but like the entire time for the most part, the tour guide was like explaining things in the bus ride. And then like we stopped at like a local city, and he's like, yeah, like this is like a true, like, it was a kind of there's a lot of people stopping through that city. But it was Valenoid, but he's like, yeah, this is a true like intercontinent or like, you know, non-coastal like city in Mexico, like in the middle of the jungle and stuff. That's nice little like city in the middle of it and stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, and here's this church that was like, they the conquistadors, like, they came and they tore down our temples, and they literally built a church out of the stones. Like, and that's the church.
Yeah, they did that in Peru too. They were like, oh yeah, these are the stones that the Incans used, and it became like the basis of like the governor's, you know, place, and They just like took the frickin' stones down.
Yeah. Like, yeah, we'll end one part of their culture and start a new one. Like, yeah, we'll tear down their temples and build a government center.
I mean, there's a bunch of shit like that even in like Christian and Muslim and Jewish stuff too. I think there was like a bunch of Christian churches that became like mosques, like in the Middle East or something when the Muslims.
Yeah, that's
took
like
over.
the definition. Like, yeah, end that part of the culture and start this new one. Like, it's usually the opposite, where it's like, yeah, like we're ending that, doing this.
I think like I think in some of those places like Turkey, it's actually like this really interesting like thing where they can kind of like look at the historical layers and they're like, oh yeah, they, you know, added this and changed this, and I don't know.
Yeah, but that was like the big culture day, I would say. Like, it was literally, we had someone get a whole way guiding us of what it was, and explaining things about like the history, and then we saw like the local cenote understood like their water sources and what, you know, different things, and then the Chichen Itza, like learning a lot about the Mayan culture, Mayan versus Aztec, and all these different things. Like, that was a really cool day. And then he was also like, I already kind of got a feel for it, but the tour guide is also saying, he's like, and hey, like, you know, like this, I don't know how he phrased it exactly, but it was something along the lines of like, yeah, and this is like, you know, like, we're like real people that like are depending on these jobs. Like, basically, there's not a huge market for jobs down here. Like, people, you know, start working for somewhere and like, you know, there's not like a ton of open jobs available. And he's like, yeah, like I gave a tour, and then someone at the end of the tour, I talked about the sacrificing people and like how gory it was, and like went into detail about what it was. And then someone left a negative review, like a 1-star review, and I was like, yeah, like that was disgusting. I can't believe Kevin went and said all those things. Like, I, you know, really was offended by it. And they immediately fired him.
Oh wow.
He's like, I lost my job for 2 weeks. He's like, I have a family, guys. Like, it isn't like, you know.
So 5 stars, unless
Like
Tiny Tim's not gonna eat today.
Yeah, like literally, like, you know, and he's like, yeah, like this is real, guys. Like, this isn't like, you know, you fucking saying to Walmart. He didn't say this, but this isn't like you traveling to Atlanta and then giving the Walmart a 1-star review. Like, you know, like, this is serious. Like, and he was a really nice guy. Did a really great job. And he's like, yeah, like I've been doing this for years, and like 1 review, they fired me. You know, because I was out of work for 2 weeks, and they finally let me back.
Yeah.
So he
like, might have just been saying that, though. You don't know that for sure. I'm just saying.
I think I saw the review.
Oh, okay.
Because I looked at, because Dan sent me the link for the things he bought, and I looked through the reviews. Like,
you don't know if you got fired, though.
Maybe not, but like I wouldn't doubt it. Like, that's what happens. Like, you know, if you get a 1-star or 5-star review by name, like, you either get rewarded or punished. And I like that lowers the money down, the money going into that tour going forward. There's gonna be people like me who read the reviews and go, I'm not booking this tour. Like, 1-star review, like, yeah, that guy clearly is fucking a joke. But then he like made real clear at the end where he's like, and this is the moment. Remember, guys, I warned you. Someone got offended. Like, this is the moment. Like, if you don't want to hear it, keep going. Like, no, it's not a picnic. Like, you know, just keep literally like go start exploring. Like, don't stay here. Like, keep going. But he also made the joke, and he's like, so hope everyone enjoyed it. He's like, remember, my name is Kevin, my buddy Victor, and then I forgot the bus driver's name. He's like, yeah, these are our 3 names. He's like, please leave us good reviews. Like, have everyone, and even if you're a group or your whole family's here, every single person log in and leave us a good review, please. Mention us by name. And he's like, and don't forget, if you had a bad experience today and you're leaving a 1-star review, my name is Juan. This is Felipe. He gave like completely different names.
Yeah, that's a good joke.
Classic.
Yeah, it was a good time. Yeah, it was a lot, and that's why, like, that's one of the reasons besides me wanting to just relax and do catamaran tours and, you know, things. But that's one of the reasons I decided not to rent a car and like go cenote jumping and like go see like a temple or 2 and a couple cenotes all during the day. And so, because like with this tour thing, like it took forever to do everything. Like, you know, I was like, oh, I could go knock out a few things and that, but then I realized I'm like, well, I really am taking away someone's job. There's dangers and complications of driving around Mexico in a jungle by myself. You with a phone reception that may or may not work well. But then also I'm like, yeah, like I'm not getting that true cultural aspect of like explaining what all these things are. Like if I would have went to Chichen Itza without that tour guide and walked around there, like I probably would have had to just like kind of go over by a different group and listen to people. But like, yeah, like literally, like I wouldn't have known like all the things he told me. I'm like, oh, like that is interesting. Like I didn't actually know that, and I didn't bother researching in advance.
Yeah, it's pretty wild when you go to these places and you realize, like the super touristy places, and you realize like how much of a marketable skill it is for them to know English. Like that in Peru is like the same way, where you're like, oh wow, like I don't know, just the amount of, and just imagining like living in Cusco, the super touristy area, you don't know English, like that's half the jobs that are in this place I can't do them. Because, half of what's going on here is people just coming here to check it out. In English.
And that's why, like, that tour guide has, like, a very specialized set of skills that, he knows perfect English with, like, a little tiny bit of accent flair, so it's kind of fun. You're not just listening to some guy from Texas. And then, yeah, you have, like, perfectly white, like, whatever teeth, if it's, like, the caps or whatever it is, but, like, yeah. And then, like, yeah, it's a personable, funny, not too overbearing, like, the perfect personality to, like, lead you for the day without you feeling like you're freaking dead. Because I did see some of the reviews where they're like, yeah, this guy just wouldn't fucking shut up, or, like, he was super annoying. He was like, I think by the end of it, he just got, just realized people were tired of listening to him and he kind of just stopped talking. But then I also realized going on that tour, like, maybe not, but, like, some of the people on that tour were, like, just kind of fucking assholes.
Oh yeah.
Like this one guy was like just ripping cigarettes. Like we're like at a shaman. He's like giving us like blessings and things. And this dude's like just ripping cigarettes like 6 feet away.
Was he American?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And a few things like that. Or like on the way home, he was like, he like put on like not tribal music. What is that called? Like the Peruvian flute bands. He put on like local, like kind of tribal-esque, like old school instrument music for a minute, and this one girl, like a row or two in front of me, like made like, this big exasperated gasps and things, and she like put her hands up like on like where the vents are. There's a speaker up there. She like put her hand over the speaker, even though there's a speaker like on every 2 seats. Like they didn't actually quiet the music down at all. She was doing that, and the guy like played the song kind of. It wasn't like he put on 3 hours of fucking flutes. Like he put on like a song or two to kind of show you that part of the culture and that part of the art, and the kind of a very relaxing music at the end of the day. And she did this huge exasperated thing, and then then the song ended, and she's like, "Oh, thank God!" And he's like 3 seats in front of her. We're in the front of the bus,
Jeez.
And I'm like, yeah, maybe some people are just fucking assholes. Like. It made me realize some of these comments. I'm like, yeah, maybe that person was just a piece of shit.
Maybe.
That was, like, yeah, don't take the tour. Don't hop on the tour bus with people if you really don't want to, like, yeah, you really should rent a car then. Like, be shitty in your own car.
Yeah.
That shit to yourself.
People can be real fuckers. That stuff.
How you gonna rip a cigarette fucking piss away, or a couple pisses away from a shaman?
Does like literally like a shaman like spirit healer or something?
Yeah.
Weird.
That cenote was pretty badass. As part of the Chichen Itza tour, we stopped at cenote, and there was a shaman guide who I missed like half of the shaman stuff because I was taking a huge dump, life-changing dump.
Did he give you Did he give you some type of concoction?
No, I wish. Yeah, a little ayahuasca. But yeah, and luckily, because I was like, it was a pretty early start to the day, and I, we got to the hotel that we're meeting at for the tour bus, and I was trying to take a dump and I couldn't. And, like, and Dan's like, the bus is here. I go, oh shit, and I like run outside.
Oh shit! Literally.
Like, oh, that was. Yeah, literally. I'm like, oh, and I'm like, he's like, oh, that was actually for a different. It wasn't our bus. Our bus isn't here yet. And I'm like, oh, well, fuck. God damn it. Why wouldn't you tell me that via text message? Why would you say the one and not the follow-up message, And then I want to get on the bus, and then the guy, he made it. Luckily, he told us, because like he didn't tell us right away. It was like 30 minutes in. He's like, "Oh, and by the way, the bathroom in the back is only for pee. He's like, you cannot put anything in there besides liquid." And he's like, and also like, if you do poop back there, it will clog it, and the bathroom will not be usable the rest of the bus ride. And the ventilation is tied to that bathroom as well, so the entire bus will smell you the rest of the ride as well.
Yeah, I think they say that because they don't want you to use it and make the place smell like shit.
Blow it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would bet it probably works. They just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, literally, it makes it smellier and just more disgusting for them during the bus ride, as well as cleaning it up and afterwards, and like having just a nightmare mess back there and things. And he's like, literally, come and let me know, and we will go to the next rest stop. Like, we will find you somewhere to poop, you know. He's like, but not in the bus.
So did you poop?
And then
in
yeah,
it?
like it would. Yeah, no, I wish.
I
almost did. I almost like.
Is this a
and then
story?
like, yeah, like literally. I'm like, well, shit. I almost fucking wrecked that thing. So thank God you said that, man. Like, because I'm like, it was literally about to go back there. Then I had to hold it until we got to the frickin' cenote, which wasn't that too far out. But yeah, then wrecked the cenote. Then yeah, caught like the last half of the shaman part, which is it was really cool. I still got the blessings and we got the water, the leaves and things, and saw some cool tools and city and stuff.
Did you guys? So, God, was it in Peru? I mean, I remember I was with my dad. I think it was like one of the buses we were on in Peru near the end of the trip, and the bathroom. God, I'm trying to remember the design. The bathroom was like in the middle of the bus, not at the back or front. And
wow.
And you
That's
like
usually where the shit tanks are, so kind of makes sense.
And it was one of those buses you kind of like. Well, most of them are like this, but you like walk up, you know, the stairs to get up to the bus.
Yeah.
And it was like you had to walk downstairs to get to the bathroom, and for some reason the way that it, I don't remember.
My God.
I don't remember how it was designed, but it looked. I swear to God, I can't remember how it looked exactly.
Right onto the road.
I'm trying to remember, picture it in my mind. I swear to God, what it looked like. It looked like one of those, you know, like an overhead tank door. Like, it looked like somebody was going to walk down into the bathroom thing, and then they were going to be using the bathroom, and their head was going to be sticking out. Like, for some reason, that's how it looked. I made that joke to my dad, and we, like, laughed about it. I don't remember the design. I'll have to find a picture or something. Because I was like, it looks like they're going to be sitting on the toilet, and their head's just going to be poking up in the middle of the fucking bus while they're taking a dump. Like, shame.
Yeah.
I was like, how does that work? Because that's what, I swear to God, that's what it looked like. And that's not how it actually was. Like, you were covered, but it was really weird looking.
That is funny. I also gave Dan like a little heart-to-heart talking to about poop protocols.
Oh.
Because he was pretty good for the most part, but like a couple, and we were in a hurry, and sometimes where he's like, oh, like we were like packing up to leave the Airbnb, and like he's like, oh, I didn't want to leave the bathroom window open because we were leaving. And I'm like, well, first of all, you could have. It's 76 degrees outside. Like, you know, we turned the AC off. Like, you could have. But like, I'm like, yeah, like, flush right away. Keep either a fan on or the window open when you leave the bathroom, and close the bathroom door when you leave the bathroom. Because yeah, like
after you pooped in
like
it,
stunk up the place. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Dan, like, what the fuck? Why does the whole apartment smell like shit right now? You know, we have a fucking 2-bedroom massive apartment. Why does this thing reek of shit? And he's like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to close the door. Like, oh yeah, sorry, the window wasn't open. Or sorry. I'm like no, like literally every time. And he's kind of, a couple times he's like, oh yeah, Maggie always made fun of me for how much I was pooping. I'm like, was she making? Was she making fun of you, or was she just upset that it reeked of shit? Because his bedroom's right across from the bathroom, and I'm like, were you like not opening the window and having the fan on and closing the door after you took nasty ass shits when your girlfriend was across the hallway? And I'm pretty sure the answer is yes. He was not doing that.
I remember one of my prior girlfriends, it was like really early in our relationship, you know, first couple months or something. And it was the first time that she, like, you know, closed the bathroom door for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew she was super self-conscious about it. And as soon as I was waiting outside the door as soon as she was done, and then she opened the door, and I said, I go, smells like you pooped.
Oh my god.
Just totally totally shamed her. And she was like, shut the fuck up. This is how you get comfortable with somebody. I don't think we were even living together yet.
That's funny. That's what I did with Angelica. Like, I didn't even know she was pooping sometimes. I do it so quickly that I'm like, and she had like little bits, and I'm like, probably little. I'm like, so I'll be like, I forgot how I flipped it and made it really funny. But I basically called it taking rabbit shits. Like you take one of your little rabbit poops, take a little tiny dump.
I remember
saying that. She's like, I did, but stop saying.
I remember being told of a story that was on Reddit where a guy thought his girlfriend was cheating on him because he came in one day and, like, I don't know if the toilet was clogged or she didn't flush or something, but the turd was so big that he thought there was no way that it was a woman who who did it.
Dropped it.
And he was like, he was gonna force her to take a dump so he could look at it, so he would know.
Oh my god.
I want to prove to me that it's you.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's funny. That's like worst case scenario for a girl.
Shit. Oh, okay. How was the food? Did you eat a lot of, like, traditional food, or?
Kind of. You know, especially in Cancun, like, it just seemed like they were really pushing, like, not pushing, but, like, they were kind of making it like, what is it called? Like a cultural, like, experience, like, like, they had a bunch of restaurants, like Italian restaurants and pizza places, and like, kind of, like, not quite American food, but like yeah, like there are a lot of places that serve tacos and things like that, but like, at least, especially in the hotel district and things, like, yeah, it seemed like half the options were for people that were traveling, you know, from around the world. Like, oh, like, you have some Italian food. Well, it's funny because you met people from Italy. He's like, I will never eat Italian food anywhere but Italy. It's like, you know, it's not as good, and like, it's what I eat all the time. Like, I want to try to ship. For both those reasons, I'm out.
That reminds me of that scene in Three Amigos when Chevy Chase is like, do you have anything besides Mexican food? Three Amigos.
There's a show from FX, it's still Justified. It was like a U.S. Marshal, like, Texas Ranger sort of thing. And one of the criminals, Boyd or something like that, he's a fairly famous actor with, like, got this sparse, spiky hair. He's I forgot his name, but he's mostly big. always usually plays a villain. But he was like, oh, like he's like, oh, the cop's kind of like, oh, like what's your, what's your big plan? You're going, we're gonna get caught here. You're not gonna be able, you're gonna be arrested in Mexico. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna flee to Mexico. And he's like, Bloyd, he's like, I don't think you're gonna like Mexico. And he's like, why not? And he's like, there's a lot of Mexicans down there.
Yeah.
And it kind of he's like, fair point.
The northern parts of Mexico than Mexico are a lot more sparsely populated. I mean, it's like, I think at one point, like, part of the cause of the Texas annexation was, like, Mexico was populating Texas by, like, paying some Americans to actually move to Texas as Mexicans. Big mistake. I don't know, it's something like that. I've not studied that particular conflict, but it was like,
Oh my god, are we streaming, by the way?
Yeah, we are. Probably. Sorry, I figured you knew that.
Yeah, I figured. Just wanted to make sure. Because some of those jokes are a little risque.
Yeah, well, I wasn't being like negative. I wasn't being negative about it. I was making a comment about the feelings of, the time.
Yeah, or reality. If it's like, or we'd have to literally push them out into more southern lands, and like that's just going to cause more issues, and like we'll have to actually fight millions and millions of people, work through jungles, and I feel like we could have pushed that line down a few hundred more miles, but
No, I mean the United
States. Okay.
The Mexican-American War was a debacle for Mexico. I mean, they really.
Besides the Alamo, they got us there.
I mean, you would have gotten everything you wanted. I mean, like, they basically did. I mean, obviously there's
I chopped down some of that tree into the picture. It's hard to tell because it was already. I should take a picture before and after, but
Yeah, it
I
looked
put a
like
little
you stripped all the
chainsaw.
branches off of it.
Yeah, so I took it. I stripped all the branches off it, and most of the branches were high up in the air. It was basically at the roof line of the garage, like in higher, were all the branches. So everything lower had already been stripped off over time. But yeah, I put a ladder up and took all the branches down, and then I like chopped off like a high part that I chopped, so I still have to like fully chop down the tree tomorrow. But I think I'm gonna actually look up some YouTube videos on how to chop down like a actual big tree, not just cutting down some branches or little parts.
You gonna do it with a
Yeah.
chainsaw?
Yeah, a little chainsaw.
Be careful.
Yeah, I put on boots and jean pants. I actually have a jean jacket I bought. First of all, because it was kind of cool, it was Rick and Morty one. They partnered with Levi or something at one point for fun an episode. But also, I'm like, it's a jean jacket. So like that jean pants and a jean jacket. I'm like, I literally bought that jacket thinking, I'm like, eventually I'm gonna do a chainsaw on this one day. Then I bought chainsaw pants, and I also had safety glasses, and then with an entire safety mask for chainsawing as well. So I took, and I've seen some videos. I probably should have done some more research before I did it, but I'm like, I had a general idea. I've seen it in real life, and I've seen some videos online of like the generalities of what to do. So I started by just doing that. But yeah, I chopped one part. I didn't quite do it right, and then the hardest cut, the top one I didn't quite do it right. And then like there was power lines right behind me, and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, I like got up and I like pushed the tree the other way. I'm like, no, go this way. Like, don't go towards the power lines. But then it was the last little bit of daylight. So I'm like, I got that one tree down, like kind of like collected the branches and like, cut apart some of the branches and stuff, and I put it all in a big pile. Then it was like basically blackout, so I put the stuff away. Took that picture and then put everything away. So I'm gonna actually tomorrow like look up some videos and try to actually properly get that thing to come over a little bit. And then there's a tree in the back as well I need to get, but it's like a lot. There's a bunch of little tiny branches, and they all reached up like into the power line. So so I have to like actually go and like cut all of those out and then cut the tree and stuff. And the whole tree's leaning towards the power line, so it's like a fucking nightmare. I might need to have like a second person like holding a rope to like try to tug the thing away from the lines I'm cutting. Because even if I cut it the right way, like it's still gonna fall that way just because the whole thing's leaning that way. So it's a bit more of a nightmare.
Is it like a legit big ass tree?
Not a big ass tree, I would say, but yeah, I mean the thing is 20 feet tall, so it's not tiny.
I'm just saying. So I got tree removal services.
Yeah, it's just big enough I feel relatively confident taking it down. I'm gonna like trim everything back, and that's what I saw too, like, or saw / realized is best too, like I'm taking back all of the arms I can, and then I'm gonna cut any arm that's reaching up to the power lines. I'm gonna cut all those off, and then take as little bit off the top as I can, and like pull it away from the lines, and like that. And that's why that one tree you saw like was still so tall. So I'm like, yeah, like I went up really high and cut down what was on top of that, and then came down and cut down at that point you saw, like, you know, cut down. But I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm gonna do it tomorrow, like, you know, in daylight, obviously. And yeah, have safety mechanisms. Yeah, if I don't feel safe doing it, trust me, like I canceled the thunderstorm. It's like sailing on the thunderstorm today. Like if I don't feel safe, I won't do it. But this tree, it's also like a very lanky, like thin tree. And so it's not really too big of a risk. It's just more how it like happens to be kind of leaning / a bunch of little thin arms going up towards the power lines.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, I'm excited to get rid of it because it's like kind of a nuisance and it's only getting worse. And because like last year, I'm like, oh, I should have done this last year. Then like last year it grew a bunch, and this year I look at it, I'm like, oh damn, like that grew a ton last year. Like if I don't do it to this year, like before the year starts, like I almost will definitely need a removal service at the end of this year, next year or the year after, like actually becoming a big issue. So there's another tree in between me and my parents' house and the driveway where like last year it was kind of okay, then like literally like all of a sudden I look at it this year, I'm like, oh damn, like that like literally sprouted like straight up like another like 15 feet, you know, from last year to this year. Like it kind of like developed the root system and developed the, you know, the tree trunk size that could support going up a lot higher, and it fucking shot up. So I did the same thing. I like actually used a handsaw, so I had one handy with me. But I like cut off the whole top of the tree to like lower it down. Like, no, you're not just gonna shoot up 30 feet in the air, because then then you do need a tree removal service. So I topped that tree, so that way hopefully it'll grow out sideways, and I can actually get to the arms and like cut those back and things as needed. And actually I did the same thing. I have some fruit trees on the side of my house, and I watched some videos on that, and I topped those trees and then cut out like the different arms in the center and things. I like did a bunch of research on how to like prune back a fruit tree and prune back my fruit trees as well. But then I kind of did it in a rush one. Not a rush, but it was kind of like later in the day as well. And then I forgot to do one of the trees. And I just realized like last Friday, and I was like, oh, son of a bitch, because once the summer starts, once it gets later in the spring, you're not supposed to do it. And it was right at that point where it was just starting to bud, and I'm like, oh no, I don't want this to grow wrong though, and I cut it back. And I think I cut back too much for how small the tree was, as well as it already had started budding, so I'm like kind of nervous I killed that tree, but we'll see. They're usually fairly hardy, so hoping I didn't stunt it or fuck with it too bad, because by me doing these cuts though, it actually will grow out the way I need it to. So I was doing the same thing. They kind of grow up and heavy in the center, and I want to grow out without getting too tall. We'll see how that goes. I felt pretty confident in it. Besides that last tree, that one I might have fucked a bit, but otherwise it looked pretty good.
Nice. I've been doing a lot of work around the house lately. A lot of organizing, a lot of getting rid of shit.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Come on.
I've been doing a few things. I kind of got like a little burnt out from like all the projects I was doing last year, rolling into that hot tub debacle and stuff, and then through New Year's, and then kind of got like a little case of the winter blues. Slash was like literally just not going out, so I kind of was getting like freaking cabin fever. And I'm like, I'm not dating anyone, and it's the middle of fucking winter, and I've been working my ass off for like an entire fucking year now. It's been a rough year, so I'm like, I'm kind of very intentionally, like, February and March, like, very much so try to relax. So I have some other projects I need to do at my house. I've cleaned up a little bit, but I kind of let my house go a little bit, and I kind of came back a bit and started organizing. I just bought an under the sink organizer. I still have to build and set up. It's a little gimmicky, but I'm like, you know what? Those little things that make a house, you know, a little more cozy. Or impress the women.
Yeah,
Oh,
shows
he's
they're
got it
sophisticated.
Uh-huh.
They love a man with a big under sink organizer.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I got one of those.
Fancy.
I know.
Come on.
It's where I keep my cleaning supplies. And by cleaning supplies, I mean the things I use to clean.
Come on.
So I think I'm part of the reason might be because we talk and stuff, but I think I've learned that I'm not very good at this game.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that a couple of times.
Yeah, because like I'm pretty sure I looked up like how long it takes somebody to beat this game, and it's like 8 hours, and I'm pretty sure I'm on like hour 10 right now.
Come on.
And I'm like, jeez, like, must kind of suck at this. There's been a couple of times when I just start wandering around the mansion and I'm totally going in the wrong order, and making the levels last like twice as long as they should.
I mean, that'll do it.
Yeah, that would do it.
It's the journey along the way. It's the real treat.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's the
real
journey.
Get more value out of it.
The annoying ass journey. Think I'm about to beat the level. Yay, Toad, get the F out of here, you annoying little shit. Oh, speaking of Toad, how was the Mario Brothers movie? Was it any good?
It was good.
I saw like mixed things. Sure, it's fine though. I mean, I thought people were kind of down on the first one too, and I was just like, "What? It's a fun movie. Get over it."
Yeah, no, it's kind of like the Halo series and stuff they had, where it's like, I think the Mario is better than the Halo one, even though I like Halo more. But I'm like, yeah, it's just kind of fun, and there's like some action, and like they're making references to these games, and like living out something that you've always kind of wanted. Like, even if it's not that good, like it's still fun.
Yeah, I mean, they were making, they were saying there was going to be a Halo movie back in 2005. You know?
I know.
Like,
long time
Spielberg and Peter Jackson were attached to it, I think, at one point. Like, I remember back in 2005 they were talking about there being a Halo movie. I think, like, 6 years later there was one that was like half of a movie. What was that? There was one that
there was
came
some
out,
weird
but it, like,
thing.
came out on YouTube or something.
And then then there's red and blue stuff and things. It was kind of like a little stopgap, and then there's finally the Halo show, which is still there's a second season. I still haven't watched yet.
Yeah, by then though, I think most people had kind of like
Luigi,
disengaged from the lore of the Halo
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah, it wasn't as popular anymore, and all these things. And maybe that's why they finally got the rights to make a movie. They're like, okay, like we're not gonna get any money out of this. Like Spielberg's out, the fucking general population's moved off Halo. Like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played. When's the last time I played a Halo game? Really, Halo 4.
Was that us playing at my house?
I don't know. I've played Halo
That was my
4.
last time.
I haven't played Halo 5. I played it for like 10 minutes or something. Haven't played Halo. I mean, like in terms of last time I played was probably with you, but I mean like the last time I actually played like a new Halo game. I haven't played Halo 5 or the Halo Unlimited or whatever it's called. Yeah, so it's been a while since I played a new one.
Yeah, I kind of put my foot down. I'm like, I play Halo 2. Like, I don't want to learn a new Halo. Even though people say Halo 3 is better, I'm like, I'm playing Halo 2. The game is plenty fine. We don't need a new one.
You don't like Halo 3 more? Seriously?
It was fun. Like, it was a good game. It wasn't like I hated it, but like, yeah, like the power-ups and the different things, like it made it like kind of fundamentally a different game. Like it went from like, a straightforward first-person shooter to like now there's like energy bubbles and invisibility, like different things. I'm like,
yeah,
it made it like a little more like comical combat-y, and then like depowered the needler, or, like took away the whatever the goo gun or whatever for the most part, or whatever it was, or it made it the charge couldn't.
Yeah,
made it drain the charge, didn't track as well.
Well, that was pretty OP in the Halo 2 though.
Yeah, it was like, hey, like that. But I developed an entire play style away, because they didn't like keep rebalancing guns. Like an Arc Raiders keep rebalancing all the guns all the time, and I'm like, I think they did like one rebalancing in Halo where they made the SMG like more or less effective or something like that, or there were minor tweaks. So it was a good game and stuff, but I was like, yeah, like I had kind of perfected Halo 2. Like I knew all the maps, I knew the choke points, and spawns, and timing, and what weapons beat what, and like had good rhythm with people and things, and then all of a sudden Halo 3 came out, so it's new maps, new play style, new weapons, and metas, and now you got power-ups and things, and grappling hooks, and hey, it was a fun game. I did play with my friends a bit, but I would try to sneak people onto Halo 2 whenever I could. Like, let's just play Halo 2, guys. Like I had people, pulling the cart. Like when I was trying to pull a Halo, when it was only between Halo 1 and Halo 2, I had the same thing happen. Like you and Michael and a lot of people were like, "Oh, let's play Halo 1." I'm like, "No, Halo 2."
I think I like Halo 3 the most out of all of them.
And that's the general consensus in the world. It's like whenever I see posts, like they're usually talking about Halo 3, not Halo 2, and I'm like,
Ciao. Oh, yellow. Ciao.
Damn it, what time am I supposed to set this at? I wasn't paying attention. What is it, Luna? Yeah. Luna, come here. Well, I think I'm getting kind of tired.
Me too.
Yeah, about that time.
About that time.
The old dusty trail.
Alright. Well, thanks for coming. It was nice to hear about... There's still a bunch of stuff that we haven't talked about, but... It's been so many things. It's been like 2 weeks or so.
At least, yeah, it's been nice to jump back in.
But, try and do it again next week. Have a good night. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye, Cam.
Gotta turn off my thing.